Hey there. After you have a baby, life just changes, right? In a million ways. And sometimes it can feel like you've lost a little piece of yourself along the way. So today, we're going to talk about a really simple but powerful way to get that glow and your confidence back. Let's jump right in.
If this quote hits home for you, I just want you to know you are so not alone. It's an incredibly common feeling to be a bit lost or even overwhelmed by all the changes. And you know what? Acknowledging that this is totally valid, that's the most important first step.
So, what's the big secret to turning all this around? Well, it's not about finding hours and hours you just don't have. The big promise here is this. All it takes is 10 minutes. Seriously, just 10 dedicated minutes a day to focus on you.
Okay, so before we get into all the great solutions, let's just take a second to talk about the reality of it all. Let's talk about what so many new parents are actually going through.
You know, a huge reason for feeling down after delivery is that sense of losing your old self. And this isn't about being vain, not at all. It's about your confidence. When your hair, your skin, your body, everything changes so much and so fast, it can really shake up your sense of who you are.
All right, so let's shift gears from the why to the how. We're going to start with some super practical 10-minute tips for your face and hair, because let's be real, that's often where we notice the changes the most.
First up, let's talk about hair fall. This is a big one, right? It actually affects something like 95 out of every 100 new mothers. So while it's a totally normal thing tied to hormones, the good news is you can absolutely get a handle on it. And here is the super simple 3-step plan. First, a daily scalp massage with a good organic oil. This isn't just a treat, it feels amazing, yeah, but it also helps get the blood flowing to your hair follicles, which is exactly what you need for healthy regrowth. This is your 10-minute self-care moment right here. Second, switch over to a mild shampoo. And this is a big one. For a little while, just try to avoid those harsh chemical treatments, like straightening or coloring. Just let your hair breathe and recover naturally.
Okay, next up, skin pigmentation. You know those darker patches that can show up on your face? That's also thanks to our good old friends, hormonal imbalances. It happens to pretty much everyone in some way, but there are definitely things you can do to help reduce it.
So, the advice here is to attack it from a few different angles. First, sunscreen is absolutely non-negotiable whenever you go outside. Then, at night, a good skin lightening cream can really work some magic. And hey, if you want a simple home remedy, try massaging your skin with some aloe vera and honey, or even a face mask made from besan. That's just gram flour, which is famous for its skin brightening powers. Dark circles. The official badge of a new parent, am I right? It's really no surprise that a lack of sleep and, let's be honest, not always eating perfectly are the main culprits. But even with a baby's crazy schedule, there are things you can do. The strategy is actually pretty straightforward. Use a cream made specifically for dark circles right before you go to bed. Try to pay a little extra attention to your diet, making sure it's balanced. And finally, the golden rule of new parenthood: sleep when the baby sleeps. I know it's easier said than done, but even a super short nap can make a world of difference.
Okay, so we've covered the face and hair. Now, let's zoom out a bit and talk about caring for your body, because the changes there can feel just as huge. Let's talk about stretch marks. They're a totally natural part of the whole journey for so many of us, but man, they can make you feel self-conscious. The goal here isn't to magically erase them, but to help them fade, so they become way less noticeable.
So here are a few options to try. A regular massage with aloe vera gel or maybe some shea butter can really help with your skin's elasticity. After delivery, a little bit of lemon juice might also help lighten the marks. And of course, there are tons of great silicone-based creams out there designed for this exact thing.
Are you feeling like your skin is suddenly dry and flaky all over? You are not imagining it. Big changes in your body's hydration levels, especially if you're breastfeeding, can lead to dry skin pretty much everywhere.
So the solution is all about locking in that moisture. A full body massage with a nice organic oil, that doesn't just feel like a luxury, it's actually helping restore your skin's natural barrier. Make sure you're using a thick, rich moisturizer every day. And hey, don't forget your hands and feet. Cracked heels are a super common problem, so those specialized creams can be a lifesaver. And even a quick at-home mani or pedi can be such a great little confidence booster.
Okay, now let's touch on a sensitive but really important topic: changes to your body shape and weight. The person who originally wrote this advice actually gained 15 kilos and lost it within a year, so this is all coming from a place of real lived experience.
And what I love about this is how simple it is. This is not about some crazy crash diet. It's all about making choices you can stick with. The
The focus is just on cutting back on junk and processed foods and instead embracing a balanced, healthy diet with tons of water to really nourish your body. And it's also worth noting that for some people, breastfeeding can naturally help you return to your pre-pregnancy weight.
So we've gone through all these practical tips, but let's bring it all back together now, because this whole journey, it's not really just about skin and hair, is it? It's about something so much deeper.
And this, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. Taking these little 10-minute steps every day isn't about trying to live up to some impossible standard of beauty. It's about taking back your confidence. Because when you feel confident, you feel powerful. You feel like yourself again.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. You don't have to do everything all at once. Just pick one thing. What is the first 10-minute step you're going to take for yourself tomorrow? Is it going to be that scalp massage, a face mask, or just a quiet moment with a really nice moisturizer? Just think about that one small step you can take tomorrow to start reclaiming your glow. Thanks so much for tuning in.